Okay, so I'm going to go over the highlights of a traditional Khmer photo shoot in Angkor Wat and give you the download. If you've been following any Khmer content, you may have noticed a lot of people in these costumes. I say costumes, these outfits, um, taking photo shoots lately, and I can tell you how they do it. So I got approached by our tuk-tuk driver who we hired for the day to take us to the temples. He offered to bring us out to a costume shop, and he had a photographer that he works with, or he often refers. And I just said yes. My aunt and my friend were with me. They encouraged me, so we went. And so we drive up. There are a few different costume shops in the area. You may notice them if you're driving through on your way to Angkor Wat. Um, we stopped off at one shop that has two different locations. They had all of the costumes. They had really nice jewelry, and so they put you in a dress. I got a tube top and then a sash to cover me. You have to cover your shoulders when you go into the temples. I chose a crimson red with gold jewelry, and I chose to do just small hair details instead of a full crown because each of the crowns have to go with certain outfits. The most dramatic one is the apsara, and that costs about $150 or so to rent because it is heavy. They have to follow you to put it onto you when you're out on the field with your shoot. So anyway, to back it up, you go get fitted with a costume. They sew some of these costumes into you because they do hand plating. They put on your makeup, do your hair, put on the jewelry, and then you go with a photographer out to Angkor Wat. The photographer then, I had a photographer that had an assistant. The photographer and his assistant take you from location to location. They know the best places to go. If you choose a random photographer, I would choose one that has a really nice lens, preferably a telephoto lens, because you want that epic shot with Angkor Wat in the background. And you can only really get that with a telephoto lens. I'll pop it on screen so you can see. So the photo shoot itself takes about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, maybe three, depending on how fast you can go and how busy it is. I went during green season. It's slow right now, so it wasn't as busy, and it was probably 1 p.m. by the time we got there. And it was overcast and raining that day. So we had really great lighting when it was overcast, and then we got caught in the rain, which was so fun. Um, so, anyway, that's really it. It's super easy. Find yourself a good photographer and a good costume shop. I'll try to get the details for my photographer and DM me if you want them. And then also, so you probably are wondering how much it costs. I paid $70 for the rental. And it's a little bit expensive, but remember, they're sewing you in, they put your makeup on, do your hair, put all the jewelry on properly because there is a certain way that you have to wear everything, and certain jewelry go with certain outfits, certain headpieces go with certain outfits. And then so that was for the costume, and they're a different operation than the photographers. For the photographers, generally they charge per photo. I want to say they were charging 70 cents per photo. I ended up taking over 500 photos. So it was like 535 photos because my aunt and my friend were taking photos also. Since they were there anyway, helping me out, I wanted to make sure they also got really cool pictures of them at Angkor Wat. And then I ended up negotiating the package for the entire set, so 535 photos, for about $200, and then I tipped $20 on top of that. Um, you know, I don't know if each photographer is different, your relationship with them is different. We only spent 2.5 hours, but I could see that shoot easily being 3 or more hours. We went pretty fast. So, it depends on what you want, but that's what I did. So, in total, what is that? I paid 220 plus 70. So, in total, almost $300, $290. I may have paid a little bit extra for makeup at the costume shop, but about $300 for a 3-hour photo shoot, full costume and jewelry. I think it was worth it. That's about the same price as what the dresses go for in Greece when you do the flying dress. I think those are $300 to $500 for that photo shoot, and you just rent the dress and get like 20 photos or something like that. So anyway, that's it. Let me know if you have questions, and I'm happy to answer them.